I'm Adrienne, your sex positive bestie, here for sexy talk, real stories, and tips that just hit. Ready to play? Let's go. I have a secret to tell you. I just came downstairs and I've had a really stressful week, a lot going on, as we all do, right? And I came down here and I saw my magic wand from tracysdog.com looking at me. And I said, you know what? Why not? And so I just sat here, took care of myself. It was like less than 3 minutes. But it feels so good. And I'm like so relaxed right now. So I might seem a little, what's the word? Satisfied, chill, that like post orgasm glow, if you will. And I'm feeling really good. I'm thinking to myself, God, why don't I do that more often, right? The Tracy's Dog Magic Wand is my favorite wand of all times. If you haven't gotten one, I highly recommend adding it to your toy box, okay? Go to tracysdog.com, use code CRAVERS20, that's CRAVERS20, and get the magic wand. It's $45. You get 20% off your entire order. And it is like, seriously, my go-to. And I'm going to be seeing more and more of that. Like I had it downstairs and I'm like, wait a minute, I've missed you. Okay. Let me just like, like that like post-climax where you just feel like so relaxed. And I almost feel like, I don't know, like I just like feel like I just feel like really, really good right now. Sorry. And I still have like that like aftershock thing going on a little bit. Okay. Anyways, I was not expecting on starting the episode this way, but that's how things are sometimes. And I recommend you do that for yourself. Okay. Let's talk about the truth of open relationships. I have a lot of questions regarding the lifestyle and being a sexually positive person in an ethically non-monogamous or open relationship. And I want to talk to you about a lot of things because there's, tons of fun things and amazing things, but there's also some truths behind it that you might not have thought about. And I'm going to start with the heavy one for the first one, but I first want to mention that there is a difference between open relationships, polyamory, and swinging. And I think like open is just like a general definition of like you openly agree to see other people, but that can mean so many different things, right? And it's up to each couple or partners that want to, you discuss your own boundaries and needs and desires with each other and do whatever works for you. So that means you can be open together, right? Like that's how Mr. Right and I are. Or you can play separately, like my Dom, like he played separate, or it could be a combination of both. And I feel like that's a lot of couples that I've seen. Again, this is totally up to the couple, but I feel like those that are newbies into the world, and I definitely, Mr. Right and I are definitely still newbies, even though it's been like 2 years. We are definitely not, married 15 years, like together for 20. There's a lot of couples in the lifestyle that I see who play separately. They are long tenured, very strong, foundations. Not that we don't have that, but, we only have 2 years under our belt and I'm not quite ready to share him, separately yet. But I feel like a lot of couples migrate and progress to that. Or you can just jump right into it, right? Like whatever works for you guys. But that's like the open aspect of it. And then polyamory is the practice of loving more than one person. It's funny. I had a friend who was polyamorous at one point and he was like, I don't know how I did it. It was so much effort. It's a lot of energy and a lot of emotion. And he's like, it's a lot to keep up with. He's like, I don't know how I ever did it, but it works for many people. And then swinging is like the form of social sex, right? Like there's singles and couples involved. There's different degrees of intimacy. And for this episode, what I'm going to discuss is because what I only have experience with, and that is like being in an open relationship in regards to swinging, right? I don't have any experience with polyamory, and I've also never played separately with my current partner. Okay, so let's just get right into things. And I want to talk about what I think is the most important thing to know about open relationships. And that is, it is not for everyone. Okay. Like, it's funny. I need to have Zach back on the show. So much has changed with him. And I don't want to tell his story because it's for him to tell and he's going to come on. But he and his partner decided to open things up. And I remember telling him, I was like, Zach, you are making every mistake when it comes to open relationships or swinging. But we'll get into that with him. I'm going to schedule him on the show soon. I promise. There's a lot we need to catch up with him about. But open relationships are not for everyone. And I think a big one is that it cannot fix a broken foundation. I think sometimes people say, well, I would just be happier if you would let me have more sex. Maybe if we open things up, or, I feel like I need this, or it'll bring us close. I don't know. If it's for any reason that you're doing it is to fix or have more connection with your partner, or I don't know, it's never going to be a good thing for you. Okay. You both must be all in too. Like, your partner can't want it more than you. And I actually see that a lot in the lifestyle, by the way. Like, I can tell certain couples where I think, she's the one that's really into this. He's not so much. You can really, really tell. And when there's that imbalance in the excitement and want to doing open relationships, it never works out well. Now, listen, I have had a different experience in the lifestyle because I have like a curated, vetted, amazing group. But even in that amazing vetted group where people are doing all the right things per se, things go wrong. And there's couples that have split up, and there's definitely some issues that I've seen, and I've made some mistakes along the way in the lifestyle as well. But I just want to say it is not for everyone. And if you and your partner aren't super, super strong and you guys aren't both 100% all in with it together, it's never going to work for you. Okay. All right. The next thing is, I think that you really don't understand how vital communication is when it comes to being in an open relationship. You have to talk about things that are uncomfortable to talk about. You have to discuss and negotiate everything, like down to, how are you going to feel if a guy comes on my face? Like, you need to talk about these graphic details with each other, because it could happen in a room. And let me tell you something. When your clothes are off and somebody's feeling uncomfortable, it is extremely awkward, and everybody knows, right? You have to respect boundaries. And you, like I said, you have to have these consistent and very, very difficult and also fun discussions. But I think even early on in Mr. Right and I's relationship, like, I had like the very serious, like, hey, like, if this isn't for you, like, totally understand. Like, and we took a couple baby steps getting into things, but it's just really, really important how you focus on the communication and you stay focused on it as well, right? Because things can change after just one experience. You have to constantly reconnect and constantly stay really close and communicate with your partner. The next truth about open relationships is jealousy is normal. Okay. And I know you're thinking like, well, if you're getting jealous, then that's a bad thing, but it's actually very normal. It exists. And I think you just have to learn how to work through it. I think a big thing when you get jealous is that, you have to face your insecurities. They say that, being envious is comparing yourself to others, and being jealous is fear of loss and loneliness. And I totally agree with that. I've had a little bit of experience with jealousy. When I was single and I was a unicorn, I never had any of that, but that's because I didn't have a partner to consider, right? And in a relationship now, I had my first little like tinge in my stomach, or, oh my God. And it was when a friend of mine rode with Mr. Right. I've talked about this. And when they got out of the car, she had his hat on. And I was like, what's that about? Like, and it's funny because it's so dumb. And then like later, like his cock's at her mouth, and I'm like, cool. Like, I didn't care about that, but I fucking care because she was wearing his Eagles hat, right? Like, ridiculous, but you never know when it's going to hit, and you have to address it. You have to own it and face your insecurities and figure out why and work through it together. Mr. Right had an issue one time where he was like, I don't like when you dirty talk with someone else. He was like, that's like kind of for me. And so we had a discussion, but things come up and you have to talk about it. And he had a moment of feeling weird, but It's the jealousy thing is very, very normal. It's about how you work through it, how you overcome it, and know that it's going to happen again, right? So it's not just like nobody's jealous, like it definitely happens. Okay. Another thing is safe sex matters. Not only matters, I think it's the most important part if you're going to be dabbling into an open relationship. Okay. Because there's a lot out there and you have to be sure you have trusted partners and you're also openly discussing things. I have had very candid discussions with couples I've hooked up with where I say, when's the last time you got tested? You know, have you ever tested positive for anything? When I had my experience with HPV, I told everyone, I was like, oh my gosh, I had an abnormal pap. I just want to let you know, I reached out to all the couples that I was currently playing with, told them, and you have to be open about it, right? And sometimes it could be scary where somebody's like, oh my gosh, like I got exposed. We have to go get tested, or, you know, there's a lot of things there. And I think also too, something that's a really big deal for me is protection. And I've seen some couples that are just like, oh, well, it doesn't matter that much to me. And I'm like, well, you're not a couple that I want to play with, right? So safe sex, it really, really matters. I like to remind people there's no such thing as consequence-free sex. So you have to always be thinking about that, right? Another truth about open relationships is that you will expand your sexual attraction and befriend people that you could have never, ever imagined in your life before. I can't stress this enough. I had sex with so many different partners you know, I feel like I always have had a type, right? And Mr. Right is so my type, like tall, dark, handsome, blue eyes, scruffy face. He is like so my type. It's not even funny. He has swagger, you know. And I kind of like stuck to that. And I will tell you, being in the lifestyle and opening myself up, I realized that I actually am attracted to a wide variety of people. And not only that, when you have a connection with someone, the sexual chemistry might surprise you sometimes. And not that I ever had sex with anyone that I didn't want to, but sometimes I was a little surprised at myself because I was thinking like, wow, that's not somebody I probably would have ever had sex with. And I really liked them and I had a lot of fun and it was great, right? And so I cannot even tell you like how much you will expand your sexual attraction. And I've actually been telling some of my friends who are out there dating in the dented can aisle right now, and, you know, they're focusing on things like, well, he better be 6 foot tall, or, oh my God, he was definitely 5'9", not 5'11", whatever. And I've said, you know, hey, open yourself up. Or I have a friend who she hasn't really dated a lot of white dudes. And she's like, and she matched with this guy and she was like, I don't know. And I'm like, hey, like open yourself up. Like you never know. Like step outside of your comfort zone a little bit. You just expand your mind and open it up when it comes to, you know, other people and what you may or may not be attracted to might surprise you. So you will expand your sexual attraction. I'm telling you. And also just like the variety of people that you'll meet in the sex positive world, like it will shock you and surprise you. I have friends that are amazing. And I just, so many different characters and personalities, but we all mesh together. And that's something I have found that's very beautiful when it comes to opening your relationship and meeting other people, or even being single, like in the lifestyle. Like that's something I've really, really enjoyed. The next one is your sexual appetite will change. And by the way, this is a very good thing. One of the best things about opening your relationship is you start to get the variety of life, which let me tell you something, it's amazing. And then you get to bring that home, right? I cannot tell you how my sex life has changed by having multiple partners, or, you know, being in the lifestyle, going to parties, experiencing and trying things for the very first time. I mean, my God, my dom alone exposed me to things that I never knew existed. Okay. The BDSM world, flogging, like the tantric sex, the just spreader bars, and so many fucking things that would just blow your mind. And it's a lot of fun. And everything changed about me, right? Like I used to think I wasn't vanilla. And then now looking back after all I've experienced, I'm like, wow, I used to be pretty darn vanilla. But it will change, and in a very good way. I think that's one of the very best things. And you can experience that and share it with your partner when you come home. or talk about it, which is like super hot too. Okay. In open relationships, I'm gonna tell you this right now. And I feel like this is a reason why Mr. Right and I haven't had so many experiences lately, because your schedule become insane and fast. Like, and you will die trying to book and fit everything in. Literally, hopefully. But for real, like, it's like, we're doing this weekend and there's a hotel takeover. I just had Mia reach out to me today and she was like, there's a hotel takeover in September I want you guys to come to. And what are you doing on this night? And that's just one person in my life, right? Like, and when I was actively involved in the lifestyle, I mean, my God, it was every weekend. It was multiple dates. It was, special time with my dom or whatever. Like, it definitely will fill your schedule up. I know people in the lifestyle who have calendars around this shit. Like, this night we're dating them. And then also you have to have the aspect of the dating, right? Like, you have to get to know somebody and find that elusive foursome connection, right? With a partner, it's even more difficult and more time consuming. And so just be aware your schedule is going to be insane, okay? If you're actively opening it up and meeting new people. Another thing to remember is that being in the lifestyle and opening up your relationship, it can be very pricey. Okay. Like, I know in the beginning of dating, like, guys are like, wow, like, and I think I had one of my guy friends, he was like, I'm paying dinner for two, like, all week this week. And I'm like, yeah, like, it's a lot, right? But the lifestyle can be expensive too. You have all of the fun themed outfits and makeup and expensive lingerie, and you're going out to dinner and drinks and, all the things. It can be a little pricey as well. I think something that's really important to remember about open relationships is that you can change your mind at any time. Mr. Right and I haven't played with another partner, and I think it's been almost a year. And that's just because of our schedule and our time and things going on in our life. And it's just been difficult to find the time to connect with other people. And also, we're kind of just really busy with each other, and that's okay. 2 or 3 years from now, or shit, even maybe this fall, we might find ourselves going to that hotel takeover and meeting a couple or spending more time with couples. And you never know. But again, you can change your mind at any time. And that means about anything. Let's say you're playing separately and all of a sudden it doesn't work for you anymore. Change your mind. Let's say you want to take a break entirely from the lifestyle, which I have a lot of lifestyle friends. They're like, hey, we're taking a little break, or we're reconnecting right now, because it can sometimes feel like you're splitting yourself a little bit. I had that a lot when I was a unicorn. But you can change your mind and then you can change it again. And it's really important to remember that. Like, what something is doesn't always have to be. Like, I can't stress that enough. And if there's one thing for sure that's the truth about an open relationship, is that you will enjoy and crave more of the sex positivity in your life than you could ever imagine. I thrive around my sex positive friends, and it's really, really good for me to fill up my cup, right? And to be around like-minded people. And I really, really enjoy that. So I just wanted to talk about that today, and the truth about, open relationships. And there's just so many facets to it all. And I'm still learning, right, as I evolve, and we'll see where Mr. and Right and I go in our open relationship. I do know one thing for sure, though. I am definitely, and I joke about this, but I'm definitely not like a same penis forever kind of gal. And Mr. Right agrees. He's like, yeah, I've never, but it's funny because like he's new to this and he's like, I've never really been able to admit that, but I kind of always felt that way too. And I'm like, yeah, it's reasonable. Okay. Next week, Mr. Right and I are gone away for some time, and we're going to spend some time together, but I'm going to drop an episode on Friday that's going to be a little bonus, and I'm going to be talking to you about a new intimate wellness device that I have, and I am quickly falling in love with. I've used it twice. It is by Serene, and I'm super excited to share it with you as I'm starting this journey where, I've been having a great sex life with Mr. Right, but it's also important to have my solo play and my self-care as well. And just like I did like 5 minutes ago or however long it's been. And yeah, so I'll be excited to talk to you guys about that. And yeah, just a fast and furious summer. I'm happy to announce, last weekend was 4th of July, and I was like, I'm not going to drop an episode because everybody's busy. But Mr. Wright didn't burn the house down this time, so the garage. So that was great news. And I hope you're enjoying your summer too. And I will see you guys back here next Friday for a bonus episode. I'm really excited to share with you all about this new toy. And I will see you guys then.